I'm Damon Zell, and this is your Eve Echoes Weekly Community News, where we take a deep dive into all the happenings of the week. But first, if you can tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then of course you can stay up to date with everything that this video has to offer, or this channel has to offer, more like it. So, we've had the indie update recently, about, not this past week, but the week prior, and things in New Eden are relatively dull right now. There's not a lot going on, whereas people are doing the new content, the quarry rallies, they're trying to build the Rorqual, they're trying to build all these new indie assets, but on a political war front, there's not a lot going on. And because of that, we're just kind of take a quick look at what's going on in New Eden right now, and then get on with everything else, such as the what the fit and the kills of the week. So this will be a relatively short video. Now, things in Delve have calmed down a bit, with BLAP dissolving and moving on into greener pastures. Some moving into OG, some going other places, and a lot of the corporations going into TT68. Now, I do have a quote in the comments from last week's episode, basically stating that I wouldn't read too much into the hell thing. The Space Cows wanted a united Delve and new neighbors, no hard feelings. That's why we gave blue status to OG for the pilots trying to peacefully leave. But for the people that went to TT68, that defeated the point, so they are now red. So, you do kind of have a blue donut going on in Delve right now. But TT68 is going to be a thorn in their sides, and they have already started having skirmishes along the borders. However, one of the new alliances that formed after Genesis' fall, Ex Nihilo, has actually merged into the Space Cows, bolstering their ranks within Delve. Now, I am reaching out to the executor of TT68 to get a quote and do a quick interview with them, but that's not going to be in this week's episode. That'll be in next week's episode. That's all I got going on right now in the BLAP, Hell, Fear, TSE situation going on in Delve. Now, like I said, there's not a lot of news going on because we did have the indie update and everyone's focusing on that, but we've also had, and if you've been a member of my channel, you've seen me cover it, Diablo Immortal dropped this past week, which did derail a lot of player base trying out the new game, so things are relatively quiet. And since we did mention Diablo Immortal, this actually leads into a Eve Echo story that actually happened behind the scenes in the content creation section of the Discord. Now, it's no secret that us content creators, we don't always see eye to eye on our subjects. I myself have always been an advocate for the community, thusly giving the community news. But the other day, one content creator called out several of us in the channel about our coverage of Diablo Immortal, saying that we were enabling predatory monetization practices given through that game, and how the story recently that broke a couple days ago, that it could take up to $100,000 to fully max out your character in that game, as well as the loot boxes and everything else. Now, a very heated debate happened behind the scenes in this channel about us defending our points of coverage, such as myself. You guys know I've covered the game, I've streamed the game, I'll continue to stream the game, and I always advocate you don't have to spend to have fun in this game. You don't have to take part of those practices for the awakening to, you know, the legendary gems, which suck up your basically entire wallet. There's just, you don't need it. You don't need, yes, it does give people an advantage in PvP and leaderboards and such that, but I'm playing the game myself to have fun, and I advocate everyone to just have fun with the game, not just try to get your name, you know, immortalized in that genre. Now, in this debate, a bunch of your content creators that you know of got involved in this, such as myself, Captain Benzie, the Big Skillet, Gigaforta, Rambo, and John Silver. The content creator in question that did basically call us all out was Voxel of Silent Federation, a German content creator with them. Basically, Vox was putting us all on blast for, again, enabling this content, saying that we support it if we don't boycott the game and tell our communities about the predatory practices of this game and how our communities should boycott this game as well. And he seemed to really focus in on the Big Skillet in the debate. So much to the point where Big Skillet even said that he used to be a whale in another game, that he had issues with that, so he quit that game. It was very difficult, but he finally did it. He quit the habit. What he struggled with was over obvious gambling like slot machines and roulette wheels, and that he's 100% against those kind of games and he will not play them. But he has not seen anything like that in Diablo Immortal, and he hasn't had any desire to spend crazy amounts of money. Voxel did call him out on it, but we were all saying the same thing, that this game is put out by the same publisher. Yes, it's covered by Blizzard, but the mobile publisher is NetEase, the same NetEase that puts out Eve Echoes. And Eve Echoes also practices in loot boxes, pay-to-win schematics as well. The only problem with the pay-to-win in Eve Echoes is you can't really pay to win. It's more pay-to-advance, because yes, you can lay out all the money you want, swipe that credit card, you can get a carrier for $1,200, you can get a faction battleship, but you're not going to have the skills to fly it. Long story short, Big Skillet got fed up and he left the content creation program. Now, we all pointed this out to Voxel that we do have a dwindling player base. We do have content creators trying to get in and meet those numbers, basically scrambling for the same player base that we all are. And then Voxel turned on me, saying that you guys can have a little party and make content as you like when you got rid of me here from this program. And basically saying, you know, that's what I want. I told him I don't want anyone to leave the program. Everyone's important, and debate is healthy. But if you're coming at us at one angle, attacking us, we are going to defend our point of view. But with that, Voxel had also left the program as well. So this out of nowhere argument actually left the content creation program minus 2 content creators. Well, official content creators. Now, within the next 24 to 48 hours, we will actually be getting a new list of fresh content creators which are welcomed into the program. There was an announcement made that said that we had received numerous applications for the content creation program. Concord is eager to meet our new friends, and the content recruitment was closed on May 31st. Now, that doesn't mean that you are out of the running if you had wanted to be a content creator for this game. You can still follow the links, still submit the application, and follow the steps to get that status of being an official content creator. But like I said, I don't have the names at this time of those new content creators for you. So I am going to advocate for this game still, and for the content creators that did leave the program, I still hope that you guys support their channels and their efforts no matter what they are covering. Now let's move forward into more drama going on in New Eden. Now, I know you guys have heard about the Rebel Alliance. They have been the sponsor of the last 2 episodes, and they're in the Corporation Spotlight again this week. Now, that doesn't preclude anyone else who wants to have a Corporation Spotlight or an Alliance Spotlight. Please just get with me on Discord to get the information to me and how we can move forward doing that. But they did have an issue. They did actually remove one of their pilots from a corporation for dying in a CTA Naglfar. That's right, they handed out this NAG for CTAs, and unfortunately this pilot deemed that he wanted to go gate camping with it solo, which they did tell him not to do. And if you guess it, yes, he did die in that NAG. Now, I did reach out to Allaince, the executor of Rebel Alliance, and I asked him about the CTA NAG that did get killed, and he said, yeah, he just shakes his head. He said he was even ratting with it outside of Teneferous. So he said it just basically blows his mind that someone would do this. So yes, that pilot was removed. Now, moving over towards OG space, there has actually been some mix-up fights with ZRQ. I'm told that ZRQ had a Citadel 1 jump out of OG space, and I'm told from a source within OG that ZRQ was trying to extort ISK from OG and have been staging in their space, harassing them frequently. The exact quote I have is, well, we're not going to pay shit. And that they've been going back and forth with them ever since. In fact, some pilots who had taken time off from the game have actually returned now that things are heating up between ZRQ. Now, there was a fight that happened in system DEG Tech K9 that involved a rather large fleet. ZRQ brought 150 ships. I'm told that OG and friends, that would be OG, Void, and No, brought 350, and decided to take the fight. Now, ZRQ valiantly fought with their 150 against 200 extra pilots against them, and unfortunately they did die. They did lose the grid, but kudos to them for actually taking the fight. After the battle, OG would move on, and Entosis, that Citadel, taking it for themselves. So things are heating up throughout New Eden, with more content coming and pilots returning to the game, as well as little skirmishes and battles everywhere going on. Now, the flavor of the month recently seems to be small gang warfare, which is my personal favorite, to tell you the truth. But it's good to see that we are getting some big fights happening again. And also, as another story, yes, there may not be a lot of content right now, but we are gearing up to some in-game events that are coming this weekend, which I'm going to touch up in a follow-up video, going over the exciting patch notes that are coming. But even so, there are those out there that are creating their own content modeled after Crooks Kings from EVE Online. Now, they are kind of going through a little bit of a name association right now. They're called the Foreign Legion. They're also called Crooks Kings, but I think they might be settling on Crabs and Kings. And what they're doing is they're just hot dropping cap fleets right on top of innocent ratters. So fly safe, be prepared out there, and remember the golden rule of EVE. If you cannot afford to lose it, dock it. And a subsection to that is, if you see a neutral or a red in your system and you're flying a very, very, very expensive ship, you may just want to dock up anyway. Now, I am also excited to announce that we have locked down a date for my freighter raid. It is going to be June 24th at 11 p.m. UTC time. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm not going to tell you where it's going to be held. It's going to be out in No. I will be giving clues that day, that week, leading up to it, and during the event as well as I'm going to have a few surprises if everything lines up for the event itself. Now, I am still also accepting donations to put into the freighter, as well as prizes to given out. There will be ship awards for whoever gets the final blow and the top damage. And if anyone wants to donate ISK, there will be ISK prizes as well. But again, I just want to let you guys know it's going to be live on my channel that night. It's 11 p.m. UTC times at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you line up, your time zone accordingly. And that's going to be on June 24th, Friday night. I'm excited for it. I hope to see you guys there, and hopefully we'll all have a great time during it. In another story, we have some information coming out of Terran Federation revolving around the Mercenary Coalition. That's right, the Mercenary Coalition has folded into Terran Federation and have become citizens of the Great Federation. However, saying new to old friends again, bring them within the collective, Terran Federation does say goodbye to some old friends. That's right, the corporation FAP is no longer part of Terran Federation. They have pulled out and will be joining Red Machine with their sister corporation, NoFap. And we're going to move right into the Corporation Alliance Spotlight. This week, again, we have the Rebel Alliance based out of Teneferis, and we love that they do sponsor this show. Welcome, Teneferis, the home of the Rebel Alliance, where we claim many of the pockets here within the region. We are open for all diplomatic discussions with members and corporations who are looking to join us within this region. We thrive where others have failed, and we are not afraid to defend those who need defending, and we will always stand our ground. Here is our home for PvP, industry, as well as PvE endeavors. Strength through unity, brotherhood through force. Fly safe. And again, you can find a link to their contact information below in the description. Now, we do have another entry in for the Corporation Alliance Spotlight, and that is What the Floof. That is the proud executor corporation of the Wuhan Trade and Fish, WTF The Forgotten. Are you looking for a home in Null? Do you want to join one of the richest regions in Null space? Do you use voice chat and Discord? Are you mature, non-toxic, non-racist, and play well with others? Well, look no further. Wait is for you. You may ask, what can we offer you? Well, beginner to expert T10 to T6 routing systems with the Alliance Coalition fleets 24/7. Beginner to expert T10 mining fleets up 24/7 to keep your miners safe as well. And beginner to expert active PvP community with weekly roams and experienced EVE Online FCs. A very active Discord community with daily updates to keep you informed on what's going on. Numerous EVE Online veterans and plenty of friendly pilots who understand the game. They are there to give a hand whenever you might need it. Coalition-wide SRP, the ship replacement program, is in place for you to fly your ship without worry. PvP competitions, industrial events, in coalition markets, or buyback programs 25 to 40% off of Jita prices, and more also available. Please contact White Nigel the Killer today to get more information. And of course, the content links for those will be in the description below. The bounty board returns this week on a PPK 10 to 20% on Legend. Legend, a corp within Terran Federation, resides in 4YO, and this PPK percentage is a flat rate additionally of 1 bill per Legend POS and 10 billion for each Legend Citadel, 20% PPK for J-Factor, Scumdog, Bloodfart, Mando, Dingus, Joa, Oma. You must show the entire kill mail to receive the PPK. Send the screenshots to Alts for Days via Discord along with your in-game name. Wants to know that the Citadel and most of the Legend ships are in 4YO Tech QK in cash. Most postas are in 4YO or 5F Tech MG1. A max of 200 billion in destroyed assets or until otherwise announced. So as of right now, this leaves there's been a payout of 80 mil plus 40 additional mil and a bounty bonus, which leaves 39.5 billion ISK available in current bounties. And they just want to go over again. These are the shown on the screen right now. This is everything that's being offered for these payouts, and just contact Alt for Days for payment. This week on What the Fit, this pilot loves everything Gallante. Rails, check. Snubs, check. Drone boat, check. However, on the defensive, they want all bases covered, shields and armor. So give it to this pilot here, following the traditional Gallante route, accepting his heritage, yet sprinkling a little bit of Caldari in there as well. Next, we have a bare bones Daredevil pilot with no combat rigs, no web, and missiles of all things. Well, some like a challenge, others like impossible missions. And since we're talking about missiles, how about no missiles for this Cyclone pilot? Those ship bonuses can always be circumvented if you use enough B types. Well, autocannons at this rate, but guess they weren't enough of those B types to, save them from death. And that's all the ships we have at What the Fit this week. If you do see a kill mail that looks a little suspicious, go ahead and send it to me, see if it ranks up there, and get it on the show. Now, it also has come to my attention that there's been some issues with the Auxilis Killbot for Discord. And these issues have gone on for a little while now. Now, I did reach out to PM Blue, and I have not heard back from him, so I'm not sure if something is going on in real life that is taking him away from the game, taking him away from the app itself. So from the time moving forward, until I do hear back from him, I will only be using the kill mails that are being sent to me directly through Discord. So if your kill mail that you submitted through the bot is not featured on the show, please understand that until the error is fixed, I don't know exactly what the error is, but until the error fixed, I'm going to just only use the ones that are directly sent to me. So if you do have a big kill mail, remember, just send it right to me, and we're going to feature it for you. Starting us off this week on Big Kills, we have Myth with a 5 billion Macarial kill and a 5.9 billion Nightmare kill. Lodestone Industries gives us a 6.6 billion Explorer 2 kill. Hoodlum Takeover gives us a 7.9 billion Balgorn. Nomadic Nightmares with a 5.1 billion Macarial kill. The Silent Federation with also an Exquisitor 2 kill mark, this one at 6.2 billion. They also nagged themselves a 5.7 billion Balgorn kill and a 4.8 billion Macarial kill. The Mercenary Coalition also gets a Balgorn kill, this one at 7 billion. The Brethren Court gives us a 7.8 billion Nereus 2 kill, a 17.2 billion Obelisk kill, a 5.5 billion Vindicator kill, a 5 billion Macarial kill, a 7.2 billion Balgorn kill, and lastly a 28.9 Charon Freighter kill. Red Scorpions gives us a 15.2 billion Providence kill, and 3 Balgorns, first at 6.4 billion, next 7.4 billion, and lastly 9.8 billion. They also got themselves a 6.4 billion Macarial kill as well. Terran Federation comes in with a 6 billion Vindicator kill. No Police Stopped gives us a 16.2 billion Nestor kill. And T-Cosmos gives us a 2.3 billion Orca kill. Now, obviously the Orca ranks up there above 10 billion. However, the markets have not been adjusted yet, so we have to take the face value of this kill mail. And for that reason alone is why it's on the Big Kills, even though Big Kills is 5 billion plus. It was a very exciting time for the last 2 weeks in capital kills. AOA gets a 51.6 billion Naglfar kill. Wild Geese, next to them, a 41.2 billion Naglfar kill. Beast of the South comes in with 2 Nidhogger kills, one at 42.9 billion, the other at 41.8 billion. They also got themselves a 40.1 billion Chimera kill. T-Cosmos also got 2 Chimera kills this week, one at 36 billion, the other at 36.1 billion. No Please Stop and Yet gets a 39.9 billion Archon kill. And the Spanish Inquisition of Flying Circus gets 2 cap kills this week. The first is a Nidhogger at 41.3 billion. The next Archon kill at 43.5 billion. And the Brethren Court shows us what they do by getting lots and lots of capital kills. They got 1 Phoenix at 47.9 billion, 1 Chimera at 46.2 billion, and 8 Nidhogger kills. 8. The first at 39.9 billion, next 41.2 billion, a 37.9 billion, a 40 billion, 41.8 billion, 42.5 billion, 41.5 billion, and lastly a 40.7 billion. Next, we're going to move on to everyone's favorite part, and that is the kills of the week, the solo kills of the week, broken into 2 different categories. First, the industrial kills, next the PvP kills. Now, because there was a 2-week gap, I did keep all entries that made the list. In the industrial, there's 14 of them. Starting off with Agi Agi Oi Oi with a 1 billion covered 2 kill. Promised One with a 1.3 billion Orca kill. Obviously, that Orca would have rated much, much higher, but I got to take the face value of that kill. So I am sorry, Promised One, it is 1.3 billion. Deep IO gets a 1.5 billion Badger 2 kill. Tilt with a 1.9 billion Coveter 2 kill. Hudson Hornet with a 2.5 billion Outpost kill. Now, take a look at this. It's done in an Emperor. Now, just a special round of applause for just that right there. Bald RX gets a 2.8 billion Coveter 2 kill. Borat's Henchman with a 3.2 billion Badger 2 kill. Andre Bit with a 3.1 billion Badger 2 kill. Halsey STL with a 4.3 billion Nereus 2 kill. Blacknam with a 4.8 billion Coveter 2 kill. Chips Deluxe with a 6.1 Bestower kill. It only gets bigger now. Ron Solo with a 14 billion Nereus kill. Laurent DTX with a 17 billion Nereus 2 kill. And lastly, and the winner this week on the industrial side is Sem General Feria with an 18.5 Badger 2 kill. Congratulations on your prize. Next, let's go over to the PvP category. Not that many entries this week. We have Sharika Dario with a 1 billion Gila kill. Latora Tassador with a 1.22 1.8 billion Astero kill. Nera with a 1.503 billion Astero kill. Badrick with a 1.576 billion Astero kill. Shoot the Moon with a 1.7 billion Gila kill. Scary Terry with a 4.5 billion Vindicator kill. Camera Station 3 with a 5.2 billion Macaria kill. And the winner this week in the PvP side is Kevinator 1990 with a 10.9 billion Balgorn kill. Congratulations, guys, on winning the prizes. Hit me up on Discord to receive your prize. Now, before I go into the, where you should go for next news, I just wanted to say, I understand that this video has been late. And we haven't had a community news video in the last 2 weeks, and I was under the weather for the last week. I was hit very, very hard with a upper respiratory infection. I am starting to feel better now. Thank you for everyone who has contacted me on Discord or comments on YouTube or Twitter, wishing me well, everything else. I am feeling a lot better now. Thank you for that. Thank you for the positive energy. But moving forward, we will have at least 2 videos a week. 1 community news and 1 game news moving forward. Even if it's not that much news in there, I'm just going to put it out there, even if it's a shorter video. But again, thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it. And remember, if you do need more news in your life, there's a couple places you can go. Of course, there's Sky News, the Russia's premier outlet news. They got a great production team over there. Everything's in subtitles, so we're good on that. Next, you have the legendary Rambo's, the Echoes of New Eden podcast, also with host Taylor Rick. And they have a great show over there. If you're interested in having a great time, make sure you get on the Echoes of New Eden Discord. And it's usually around 10 p.m. Eastern, at least my time, every Thursday. Also, you have New Eden Radio, which has a great show, a great community every Sunday. Check them out. The links to everything will be in the description below. And again, thank you guys for your support. Fly safe. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And remember, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front.